Alright, here we go. Welcome back to another video. This is episode 2 of the weekly updates series. Today we have a lot to talk about and a lot to get to. So we're going to get things right underway here. So every day that we do this, every week I should say that we do this, we always start out with a weekend review. But before we get to that, I'm going to do a series summary for anyone who's not been here before. If you don't know me, I've been doing monster trucks for like 11 years. I've probably been into monster trucks, I would have to say. I made this channel 2 years ago, in 2 months, 2 years ago. And I've been here most of that time. There's a couple months I did not upload much at all. But now I have pretty much mainly focused on this channel. And this series is basically where I am going to recap everything that you need to know with Monster Jam from the past few weeks, and what's to come shortly, as well as my plans for both real life diecast and BeamNG, and more stuff than just that. Now, one thing I'm going to say is that usually we have 6 kind of sections, which are series, recap, weekend recap, schedule, BeamNG schedule, driver focus, and then wrapping up. But I'm not doing a driver focus today because we have a lot to get to, so a driver focus we probably won't really have the time for today. So we won't be doing a driver focus, but we will still have 5 different topics to get through, one of which I'm doing right now, which is my series summary. So yes, this series is where you learn everything you need to know about my plans, what Monster Jam has done, and what Monster Jam will be doing. So we're going to start today's video by recapping last weekend in Reno for Monster Jam. So it was not a 5-show weekend like I had initially thought it was. I kept waiting for someone to upload show 5. There was no show 5. So Reno would see an 8-truck lineup, which would, we're gonna first of all recap the normal drivers, and then we'll get to the special things to know. We saw Dave Ulfer and Velociraptor, Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack, Soldier Fortune with Caleb Blood, Elvis Linus with Ultra Loco, Bernard Light with Megalodon, and Tyler Menninga with Gravedigger. But where it gets interesting is we're seeing some drivers now preparing for the 2023 season. So we would see Hunter Souza make his first ever driving debut, driving Wrecking Machine, and he did a great job for the first weekend. You look at some nights, and he was 3rd in some overall, so placing podium your first weekend, that's a pretty hard thing to do. And yeah, just placing some pretty good scores in freestyle and skills as well. Got 3rd in skills on the 3rd show, and he placed some kind of decent freestyle scores, like 3rd. He got 3rd on freestyle on Sunday, and you cannot forget about the donuts competition, where he actually won on show 1. So Hunter Souza runs into his first weekend behind the wheel and just dominates it, not winning any overalls because I guess Tyler Menninga wanted every single one of those, which we'll get to in a second. But Hunter Souza starts off his career very, very strong. And then the other thing, so that would have been Travis Mowry with Extreme Attitude. And the other thing is Rockwell Red is not driven by Zach Jensen at this show, but Bailey Shea, which we already know Bailey Shea is going into the 2023 season behind the wheel of Monster Mutt Dalmatian. So Bailey Shea is getting started early with driving for Team Throttle Monster, and getting some stuff, getting some career practice now with Monster Jam and with Monster Jam Arenas a little bit early, because as we know, next year she's been driving a lot of Quad Chaos in slightly bigger venues than what we see with Arenas, but now she's moving back into Monster Jam, and she's driving in an arena, and she's driving for Team Throttle Monster. So obviously some good practice is getting in here for Bailey Shea. Bailey Shea did not have anything too incredible this weekend. I don't believe. Which, I mean, compared to Hunter Souza, I mean, he just went pretty crazy. But Rockwell Red would still at least make it to pretty much all the competitions, which we didn't actually see. Which I was, yeah, basically Hunter Souza missed a solid chunk of events, but still got some pretty decent scores. So now let's review your winners for each night. So we look at racing on show 1 Friday night. We would see Dalton Widener beat Tyler Menninga and win racing. That is a big deal right there, because Dalton Widener, as we know, he's really a rising star right now with Monster Jam. And we will see as we get to some other racing events, it is an ongoing battle between them. But this one went to Dalton Widener. And then we look at the skills competition, and that would be Elvis Linus with El Toro Loco taking home the win, with Tyler Menninga and then Caleb Blood following him. And then right behind Caleb Blood, we would see Hunter Souza with Wrecking Machine. We look at the donut competition for show 1, and that would go to Hunter Souza in the Wrecking Machine. So he would win donuts, followed by teammate Dalton Widener. And then day 1 freestyle would go to Elvis Linus with Caleb Blood in second and Tyler Menninga in third. However, after all that, Tyler Menninga would win the overall 26 points, which is exactly one more than we saw from Elvis Linus. Then Elvis Linus would be followed by Dalton Widener, who would be followed by Hunter Souza. So got 4th on his first ever day competing in Monster Jam. That's pretty good. And then we move over to Saturday afternoon show. We would see another race between Dalton Widener and Tyler Menninga. This time, Tyler Menninga taking away the win and winning racing. Skills would also go to Tyler Menninga, followed by Bernard Light, and then followed by David Olfert. Donuts would go to Elvis Linus, followed by Caleb Blood, followed by Tyler Menninga. And freestyle would be won by Tyler Menninga, followed by Caleb Blood, followed by David Olfert. So, yeah, we're actually kind of repeating between Tyler Menninga, David Olfert, and Caleb Blood at this show. But Tyler Menninga won 3 competitions, so he ends up winning overall with 30 points, and second place only with 20 points, which will be tied with third. So it's a pretty big gap there. So he did hold his ground pretty well there. We move into Saturday night. We would see racing. This is the first racing and the only racing we'll get to Sunday where Dalton Widener was not in the finals. So this would be Tyler Menninga beating Elvis Linus in the finals. And that's a win for Tyler Menninga. Skills would go to Elvis Linus with Tyler Menninga following right behind. And then Hunter Souza. We move into donuts, which would be won by Elvis Linus, and then Tyler Menninga, and then Bernard Light. And then we move into freestyle, which will go into Tyler Menninga, and then David Olfert, and then Elvis Linus. And that one competition, that one place down from David Olfert, is what costed Elvis Linus the night, because Tyler Menninga would win with 30 points, and right behind him would be Elvis Linus with 29. So if Elvis Linus had gotten second in freestyle, he would have been tied, if not beating Tyler Menninga. I think he won twice, and Tyler Menninga won twice, except Tyler Menninga got second the other times. Dalton Widener got a second and a third. So Tyler Menninga barely beats Elvis Linus there, which it's an unfortunate turn of events for him, but another win for Tyler Menninga, which is if he needs that. And then we move into the Sunday afternoon show. We would see Tyler Menninga face off with Dalton Widener again, but he would beat Dalton Widener like he did Saturday. We look at the skills, and we would see Tyler Menninga win, followed by Bernard Light, followed by Elvis Linus. Donuts, we would see Dalton Widener win, followed by Elvis Linus, and then Bernard Light, with Tyler Menninga all the way back in 5th place. And freestyle would be won by Tyler Menninga with Elvis Linus right behind him. And yet, despite that kind of bumpy night for Tyler Menninga, he would still get the overall with 28 points, followed by Elvis Lanas with only 22 points. Welcome, welcome everybody. So yeah, now that is the Monster Jam weekend recap, but that wasn't the only thing that happened this weekend, because as you guys know, I also headed out to the Arizona State Fair and I watched the All-Star Monster Truck Tour. So now it's actually been changed. So All-Star Monster Truck Tour was here this past weekend, and they will also be here on the last weekend of October. So they're going to be here both times now instead of just once. And then, yeah, so what we are looking at for show 1, we would see it's wheelies, and then so show 1, it was different drivers each time. So I'll cover the 5 different drivers. We would see Tyler Groth with Double Trouble, Travis Groth with Monster Moose, Gary Eli with Nasty Boy, Scott Chisholm and Watchman, and then we would see Stacy Overman with the Guardian Angel. So we actually, it's a pretty wide range of drivers. We have some drivers there who have been running for quite a few years, who would be the Groths. We see Gary Eli, who's been running for, I want to say, 21 years now. And then we see 2 brand new rookies for this year, who are Stacy Overman and Scott Chisholm with the Watchman and Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel's from like a month ago, and I believe the Watchman is from March. So 2 brand new drivers. Now I did not catch who won each event because it was a little bit of a messy setup. I'm pretty sure event number 1 went to, event 1 went to Tyler Groth. Event 2 went to Travis Groth, and event 3 went to Gary. I don't know. I don't remember who won each thing, but if you want to basically see what happened and make up the winners for yourself, every video from all the shows I went to are uploaded. Now, they were there Friday, 3 times on Saturday, and 2 times on Sunday. I only went to the 3 times on Saturday, but yeah, I saw all 5 of them compete. Double Trouble would blow out the transmission at one show, but they would somehow have it switched out for the last show, which was good because Tyler Groth was not scheduled to run. Travis Groth broke Monster Moose, and then he just happened to be able to drive Double Trouble that was fixed just in time. So that is what the past weekend was looking like for me and Monster Jam right there. And now it's time to get into my schedules and plans. So we're going to start with BeamNG because I have a few things planned for BeamNG. So first thing is, actually, I have to switch this. Whoops. With BeamNG, I have a few plans made. So next month, I was originally going to do a Truck Killer Boneyard Bash special. That's not canceled. I might still get to that. But I found better tracks that I could use for a proper Halloween event that I think would be better based on the new recording style I want to try out. So I know I'm going to be doing a Halloween special event. I just need to get figured out if I'm doing Boneyard Bash still, if I'm doing one of the other tracks, or if I'll do both and have like 2 different October shows. I think that would be cool. I'm just not sure how well that would fit scheduling, but I would like to try for that. So that is for next month. November, I want to do an All-Star Challenge, which will be Veterans Day, which I actually have the lineup already made for, with things that might be changed still. That is the Path of Destruction tour for this year, which I might still end up doing. That's another thing that I just kind of told you guys. I might be doing the Path of Destruction tour this year. But we look at the All-Star Challenge. So it's teams Rising Stars versus Team Veterans. That is what I had set up, since there's not really any Earth versus Surf to base it off of. So on Team Rising Stars, it would be Caleb Blood, Camden Murphy, Bryce Kenny, Mark List, Kristen Anderson, Weston Anderson, Tristan England, Brandon Vincent, Cole Vennard, Tyler Menega, Brianna Mahan, and Corey Rummel. I do want to fit in Cynthia Gauthier if I can, but she's not currently, we don't currently have stabilizer for BeamNG, so I'll try to get that worked out, but that might not end up staying the same. If that truck does not get added, then that team will stay the same. And then we look at Team Veterans, we see Charlie Pocken, Adam Anderson, Tom Mentz, Paul Jensen, Bari Musauer, Chad Zingler, Randy Brown, Shane Freed, Jim Kohler, Steve Sims, Todd LeDuc, and Ryan Anderson. The number one thing I would want to change with that tour is I would probably want to change out Shane Freed for Mike Christensen. Again, that depends if Vendetta could be added in time, but as of right now, that's what the All-Star Challenge 2022 lineup is looking like. And then December, I want to get a holidays, basically truck killer in there, which is basically, I don't have a lineup chosen yet. It's going to be a holiday hauler, and then we're going to add in basically all the Team Ice trucks currently in BeamNG and maybe a couple other trucks on top of that. That's what December is mainly going to look like, because December is going to have a lot of non-BeamNG stuff, a lot more die cast I plan to fit in for December. And then we move into January, which I already have planned a New Year's event. So yeah, I have no idea what I'll do for that yet, no idea what track I'll use. That's all not decided yet. And that's still a good 3 months down the line, closer to 2 now, but you know, no, yeah, about 3, because it's, yeah, about 3 months until that would happen. So I don't really have too much planned for the New Year's event yet. That's just something I'm thinking about for doing. Now it's time for my non-BeamNG plans, my future plans that are not BeamNG related. These are very, very exciting, so do stick around to see what I have for you guys for this section. Alright, well, we look here at this screen, which is clearly very poorly made, because I could not find a good quality picture to use. But we have some big plans coming up this weekend. Will be Glendale Monster Jam, and I am going to be there. So let's take a look and review the lineup that is coming up, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. So we get this pulled up here. The lineup, we'll start with Indies and work our way up. We have Mike Christensen with Vendetta, Paul Jensen, who will be driving Velociraptor, and then David Olfert with Jurassic Attack, so they kind of did a truck swap there. Rockwell Red with a to-be-announced driver. That's the only thing that we don't know about the show yet, is who will be driving Rockwell Red. We will be seeing Jamie Garner with Overboard and Cole Vennard with Black Pearl. Those are your Indies, and I will talk some more about that in just a second. And then for your Feld drivers, we have Bryce Kenny with Mohawk Warrior, Todd LeDuc with Blue Thunder, Lindsey Reed with Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Weston Anderson with Son of a Digger, which is not posted on the website, but it was announced a while back, so it could still change. Mark List with El Toro Loco, and finally Adam Anderson with Gravedigger. So there are quite a few exciting things to cover on this lineup, like of course Todd LeDuc coming back here to the hometown show. That's always exciting, because he did not come this beginning of this year. Team Overboard will be coming back after 3 years not coming. This will be the first time Velociraptor and Rockwell Red run in State Farm Stadium, with Velociraptor being a relatively new truck. Rockwell Red is still a to-be-announced driver, so it's probably going to be Diesel Dave. That's my prediction. But if it's not, I think that could actually very well be Bailey Shea. And that's something I just came up with on the spot. I think we're actually going to see Bailey Shea with Rockwell Red. Now that I actually know that she was just driving in Reno, I think that's actually a very likely thing to see there. So I think Rockwell Red will be Bailey Shea. That is a prediction, though. We also see Adam Anderson's first time since last May. Mark List's first time here, and obviously one of the best drivers of the year. I'm very excited to see him. Weston Anderson's first stadium event, when not considering the World Finals, assuming that they did not have a last-minute change like Brandon Vincent or something else now at the end. And then we will be seeing Lindsay Reed return to driving out here with the Mazda Dalmatian. Apart from that, nothing too special. Obviously, Mike Christensen and Paul Jensen were here earlier this year. Bryce Kenny hasn't been here since last October, though. Same thing with Todd LeDuc, though. That's just traditional. Like, they're usually here postseason, but not on season. I don't know. That's always kind of been a thing. And then David Olford, obviously, is his first time here, which I am very excited to see. So, that is what this weekend should be looking like. Apart from that, October 29th, this is still pending, but I believe we will be headed back out to the state fair, and we will see the All-Star Monster Truck Tour again for the Saturday shows. That will be closing the fair, which I'm pretty excited to be seeing them back. It's not, obviously, it's going to be a little bit less exciting after just going to Monster Jam, but it's still 4 weeks out from Monster Jam, so you never know. This weekend was interesting. They said they're putting us on a different tour, so I'm going to assume that means like Calican and Rockstar, because they're always here at the fair, and they weren't here just now. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing in October. In November, I'm going to be doing a live reaction to the Drivers Summit. Did I? Okay, I did. And apart from that, I don't really think I made too many plans apart from BeamNG. Let me see what I said. I'm checking right now. Oh yeah, I do have to work on more awards videos. I don't have one planned for this week, but I'll try to get one done if I can. I don't think I think I started them a little bit too early, because now there's not really a lot of awards left until stadium shows are done. And then that's not until like the end of November, because they're going to be doing a ton of international ones. So, yeah, there's a lot here. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for scheduling. Awards will try to be released. I do have some other types of videos planned. Obviously some shorts once we get done with Monster Jam. Maybe bring back the Daily Just Monster Jam series for a few days. And just make a few like crashes and saves type videos. I have planned. So that is what we're looking at for plans. Now it's time for the wrap up. This episode was a lot shorter than I had initially thought it would be. Whoops. Cancel. I almost just messed up the stream. Wait. Oh no. Wait. My mic was on mute. Wait. No. What? Why would my mic have been on mute here? Everything I just said, no one. Oh my. Oh. Okay. Stream is not ending. Okay. We gotta talk about all that now again. Officials have been getting. That's so sad. I spent like 15 minutes. So basically, I'm just gonna summarize this because I don't want to spend all that time again. I don't know why my mic would have been muted. There's no reason it would be off for fan discussion and wrap up. But, yeah, I basically talked about how officials, they've been a little bit better this year, so I think they'll allow some crazier saves and crashes back next year. Obviously not as crazy as we saw back in, like, 2012, but back to, like, pretty crazy atmosphere. For tracks, I think they're going to test out a new track here in Glendale again, and probably end up using it for our tour the next year. I think it will probably be a blue track layout. It's going to be blue or red, though, because I know they've always done it so that it's one of the colors the next year. Actually, no. No, 2019. So maybe it's going to be yellow. I don't know. I have no idea, but I think they're definitely going to try a new track here. That's the thing I'm basically 100% sure on. I think Bailey Shea will drive Rockwell Red here, which I think I already said. This is horrible. For the 2023 lineups, I basically talked about Snapdragon Stadium, how they're going back there, which is probably because of cost. Obviously, a football stadium would be cheaper than a full-size baseball stadium. I talked about Marvel trucks. They'll probably bring trucks that are more to what is currently happening with Marvel. So probably stuff like She-Hulk or, you know, Thor, Venom, that kind of stuff. I think we might see trucks for those. I'm not going to go into as much detail because I'm just so annoyed that I somehow did not. Why would I have even been on mute on this? I don't know. I don't know what I was. And then for Glendale, I also said that there's like an opening March 4th. So they might come to Glendale for that, since it's right by the Super Bowl. But also, same thing could be said. They might do an All-Star Challenge. I've heard some people rumoring for postseason Glendale next year. That's why it's not listed as an event yet. And obviously, this stadium's already going to be in the talks. So they'll probably come back and maybe throw it on a really big event. Like how there's a big sporting event already here. Since our stadium will still be in the talk. And yeah, they might bring the All-Star Challenge out here, which would be cool. I don't think it's very high stakes though. I don't think there's a chance at that. It's just something that would be cool to see. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up there unless there are any questions coming in because was I really on mute that entire time? Oh, that's horrible. No. I don't even know how I managed to mess that up, but yeah. I'll give a couple more seconds and then otherwise I will be wrapping up.